Hey, I'm Nathan Verghese, and this is my 2007 Toyota 4Runner. It's got 165,000 miles on it, and I've had it for about I guess it'd be 4 years now. So I really like it. It's kind of like the perfect college car in my opinion. It doesn't have everything I want, but it's got enough. So I really enjoy it.
A two-wheel drive 4Runner. Shouldn't that be called a 2-runner? Hello Internet, and welcome to another episode of College Cars. The Toyota 4Runner started out as a bona fide competitor to legends like the Jeep XJ Cherokee, and today is more of a luxury vehicle than anything else. Logic would tell you that there was a gradual transition from one to the other, and logic would be right. This 2007 4Runner was part of that transitionary period. Being two-wheel drive, this particular 4Runner doesn't compete with mini Jeeps, or at least Jeeps of the era. The closest Jeep to the 4Runner was, and is, the Grand Cherokee, which has undergone a similar transformation itself. Granted, the Grand Cherokee was always somewhat upscale. Other than Jeep offerings, the 4Runner is vastly more popular than Nissan and Honda competitors. This is obvious once you consider the Nissan Xterra and Honda Passport came onto the market after the 4Runner and are both gone now. Even the Nissan Pathfinder has completely left the market segment it once shared with the Toyota. This could have as much to do with market taste changing to those heinous crossovers as anything, but it is still a testament to the 4Runner that it is one of the few vehicles remaining that still has some kind of off-road chops. Sure, the newest 4Runner easily costs over 40 grand, but they can still handle a little bit of dirt. A two-wheel drive version, like this one, can be a good daily driver or family hauler for someone not willing to succumb to the misery of a minivan or crossover. No matter what its competition is up to, it's hard to argue against the fact that the 4Runner is a very reliable vehicle and that it holds resale value extremely well.
I think the reliability is what really drew me to the 4Runner, just because it has 166,000 miles on it, but I basically have no mechanical issues, and the only work I ever do on it is just regular routine maintenance. So that's really nice. But I really I'm not really a car guy. Sports cars and stuff, they're great, and don't get me wrong, I'd love to drive one, but just daily driving, I kind of want an SUV. I like the space. I like the fact that I can go more places than you theoretically can with a car. So the 4Runner seemed to fit the bill. Plus, I'm from Houston, so trying to park a car any bigger than this can get really, really hard. So this thing, the turn radius is insane, and I could whip this thing into the smallest of parking spots.
Powering this 4Runner is a 4-liter 1GRFE V6, producing 245 horsepower and 282 pound-feet of torque. Those were good numbers for 2007, and were even better when the 4th generation 4Runner first hit the streets in late 2002 as an 03 model year. All 4th gen 4Runners came with a 5-speed Aisin automatic transmission and a solid rear axle. The 4th gen was also the only generation of the 4Runner to feature an optional V8 and the last to be based on the Hilux platform. Strangely, the 2UZ V8 made less horsepower than the V6 until variable valve timing was added for the 2005 model year. Torque was unsurprisingly higher than the V6, but it did decrease after variable valve timing was added. Weird. Returning to the transformation I mentioned at the beginning, the 4Runner had already come a long way by 2007. It started as little more than a Toyota Hilux with a topper on the bed and an extra row of seats. And by the 4th gen it came standard with luxuries like power lumbar support and a tilt and telescopic steering wheel. This one features the optional heated seats, which were a welcome convenience on the morning I filmed this. They're one of many features that make the two-wheel drive version of the 4Runner as good on-road as the four-wheel drive version is off-road, if not better.
I've taken this car to lots of cool places. I road trip with all my friends. I always drive. I hate riding in the car for long periods of time. It puts me to sleep generally. It throws off my sleep schedule. So if I'm going anywhere, I'll drive. I drove up to North Georgia with friends for a church retreat. I'd regularly drive the car from Houston to Tuscaloosa, from Tuscaloosa to South Alabama, from South Alabama to Houston. driven all over Texas. The thing is a road trip machine. I mean, there's literally like a little like thing in the back seat that pops up where like, you know how like the center console sometimes has cup holders popping out of it on the bottom in cars? Okay, I've got a little thing that flips up and you put a grocery bag in for a trash can. Like, it's like Toyota knew that like you'd be taking this thing on like extended drives. Like, it's like perfect for road trips.
I hope the 4Runner can remain true to its off-road roots and not fall victim to the same horrible market pressures that turned the Nissan Pathfinder into a front-wheel drive crossover. That's all I have. Thanks for watching.